Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Unit Lost, and welcome to a complete overview of the current competitive play system that is on the PTR, which is the public test realm. So you can see there's a new button, and what this does is it puts you into competitive play. Now, you have to play 10 placement games. After you've played them, then you get your ranked rating, which will appear next to your avatar. You can see everyone's got a dash, so we don't actually have a ranked have a rank rating at the moment. We will get that as we do when you complete your 10 games, then you'll get it. You'll also notice that there's a white bar to the side. That means that those players are in a group. You can see I'm pointing at it now. Also, we don't have a team average rating because obviously nobody's rated. I think this was my third game, which is good. So there are some really positive things about this and some really negative things, but we'll get into that in a second. So what we got here is a control point map, and it's the start of Lijiang Tower. You'll notice the UI at the top has got two big zeros. This is because control point maps are best of 5. You have to win 3 points. Now, what's a little bit irritating about this is it just cycles through the 3 points on the control point maps because I've only got 3. So I had a game on Nepal, and that went to the very final game, which unfortunately we lost. But we played the same point a couple of times, and it's a bit like, okay. But look what's happened. A player has left the game. The match will be cancelled. So if a player leaves the game, you don't get any penalty, but obviously you lose the time invested, which I'm not too happy about in this game, because I'm doing quite well, if you can see my score there. 12 eliminations, no deaths, the most damage, and all this is going well. So a player's left, and the game just gets cancelled and restarted. Now, this is the same sort of thing again. So we've just lost the first point here on El Dorado, or lost the first round, let's say. You haven't lost until you get a chance to compete. So what's happened here is we have lost 3 objective points on this map. So they've completed all 3 objectives. Now it's our turn to try and complete all 3 objectives. But look, somebody on the team has just thought, fuck this, and left the game. So then that means that whole round is wasted. But there is a penalty for this. So repeated leaving games will result in a 75% penalty to XP earned. Additionally, you can be suspended from competitive play for increasing periods of time up to a basic, well, not basically, but up to a complete ban from that season, which I think is good. Now, what we're going to do now is jump onto Numbani, and this is going to go into sudden death. So we're about to hold this point. What has happened here? You'll notice at the top there's the meter thing for the distance the payload's moved, and then there's the number for the objective. Now, there is no objective. Well, the objective here is to pick up the payload, obviously, right? So you capture that, then start moving the payload. Problem is, we both failed to do it. So now we're going into sudden death. Now, here's a really big problem, and this needs to be absolutely changed. Because nice animation, by the way, but that team is attacking, and that's just a random flip of the coin you've seen in the middle. Red team's on attack, blue team's on defense. I'm the blue team. So we go into the defense here. Look at the top where it says prepare your defenses. They get 2 minutes to attack objective A. 2 minutes. That's not a lot of time. And as you'll see throughout this clip, they almost get it, but then they get taken out, and it's a little bit irritating. I think it needs to just be a normal game, right? I don't know why it's so... I think you would all agree with me that this is a bit defender biased, because defenders have got a chance to... I mean, especially Numbani, you can sort of set up your defensive position and kind of work through people. Now, I've played a couple of games. They've just been total pickup games. I haven't gone into any groups or anything like that, just to see what the community is like. And I've got to say, there is a load of people on the microphones, which is fantastic. I was hoping this would happen, and it did. Obviously, if you look at the top left of the screen, I've got a pretty atrocious ping of like 160, 170. That's because the PTR is on the, I think it's in the NA realm, so North America. That's not ideal for me being in Europe, but obviously we can see what's going on, and we get a chance to look at all the new stuff which is going on. I mean, if you look in the bottom left as well, there's actually a new icon for the player level. So it's sort of like a little bronze box I've got for level 50. I think I'm actually higher than this, but they must have copied over the characters maybe yesterday or the day before, I don't know. But it's not your actual live character that's copied across to this. So obviously anything you do in this, it doesn't really matter. It's just like, you know, crack on and do it. But yeah, there was increased team coordination, which was great. I had a really fantastic game, which obviously well, it's not obviously, but I would have liked to have used that in the video on the, it was Nepal control point. I spoke about it earlier where it went to the very final game. Problem is, because I know you guys are aware of this, my PC exploded. So the way I have to record now is really bad. So I can't actually record my audio live because the computer cannot handle it. It's just, it's terrible. So while it was good gameplay, I'm actually talking to the team and there's just gaps in the audio, so I couldn't actually use it. But yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, we've got... It almost feels like there's a point to play Overwatch, right? And I can see where they're going with this, but I think there needs to be some changes. And obviously, as people play more of this, we'll get more familiar with what's going on. So I've just been taken out there right at the end of the game, which is a shame. And I didn't realise it was 2 minutes. I was like, what? Victory? That was pretty quick. And then it dawned on me it was actually 2 minutes. Now, when you complete a game, so this was the very first game I had. I played as Reinhardt. We lost this game. So you get your usual stats screen, and then it moves into the ranked stats screen. The ranked screen for the placement games, and it tells you how many you've won and lost. I think, as of this moment, I think I've lost 4 and won 1, so it's been a bit rough. But yeah, guys, if you want to check this out, if you go to your Battle.net launcher, and where it says the region, if you click on it and go to PTR, it'll download the public test realm. And you can go and check it out for yourself, guys. Alright, guys, I've been Stylo, so this is Unit Lost. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'll try and record a game of Ranked, actually. It'd be beautiful.